So National Girls and Women's in Sports Day today, obviously. What does that mean to you and the team and, the staff and that?
Well, I think, just to celebrate National Girls and Women in Sport Day it's just so special when you're constantly around a group of women who, at one point spent all of their time, whether it be in a driveway or on a field or just falling in love with a sport. And so to be able to celebrate it and to be able to celebrate all of the girls and the women and those people who have, been able to do so much for our sport to enhance it, to make it better, to invest in it. It's just a really special way for us to celebrate, like women succeeding in sport.
For sure. So Friday is obviously a big game with it being the annual pink game. What does that mean to you and, what kind of impact do you think it has on this community and those around the program?
Sure. Well, I think the pink game, definitely impacts everybody at a different level, as far as whether it's, someone who has cancer, someone who is battling cancer, who's someone who has survived cancer. There's just so many different ways for us to be able to celebrate, to acknowledge, to raise awareness, all kinds of different things. So it's an amazing event for us to be able to really pay tribute to all of those who are in a fight or who have, lost their life or who are, in the trenches, developing different, cures or different medicines and such for just to be able to battle. So it's a neat way for our team to be able to celebrate, but also to, just acknowledge how lucky we really are.
For sure. Kind of shifting gears to talking about the season and that. So Maddie obviously has been out for a few weeks. Being one of the veterans on the team, what kind of leadership role has she stepped into, or what's her role kind of been these past few weeks?
Yeah, well, last year we had a snippet of this sort of thing too, where Maddie missed a couple games, and I think everybody can see how great of a coach Maddie is going to be in her future. Whether that's at the AAU level, whether that's at coaching her own kids someday, or just for her to be able to be on the sidelines. But as you watch her, just as a spectator, and even as our coaching staff steps away from the huddle, you can still tell who the voice is. It's still Maddie's voice, and she brings them all together. She adds a lightness. She adds a leadership role. She adds just an overall, I think, presence amongst our team. And she's just so very, very valuable, whether she's on the court. Now, I would much, much rather have her on the court, but her voice is so valuable even as she's been sidelined for the past couple weeks.
Maggie Bear and Megan Meyer have obviously been dominating the boards and scoring a lot for us. What's their individual impacts this season besides that? Like, what do they bring to the table that's really valuable?
Yeah, well, Maggie Bear has such a unique personality where she's able to kind of turn it on when she's on the floor, and then off the floor. I don't know if you've seen anything social media wise, but she's kind of a goofball, and so she brings that lightness. Her personality is such where she's just so much fun to be around, and I think our team has really just enjoyed the comic relief that she definitely brings. We need her to continue to dominate in the paint, to dominate, just being able to add to the scoring column, and also on the rebounding end of things. But our team and our coaching staff definitely appreciates just more than anything the lightness she brings. And then Megan Meyer has been such a phenomenal addition because of her ability to really impact the stat sheet more than anything. She shot the ball really, really well. I've always complimented her basketball IQ. She's really just kind of meshed in and fit in as far as our offensive system is concerned. And I think Megan, it's just peeling back the layers of her continuing to get comfortable on the floor and off the floor with our team.
So this season's been kind of up and down. What are the biggest adjustments you guys have had to make to, win that hometown team game, or, hold Juju Redmond to, only 6 points in the first half against Illinois State? What adjustments have you guys had to make?
Yeah, well, I think, more than anything, it's just our maturity. It's just continuing to get experience for certain players and being able to, when the lights are on, to definitely be ready. And so as far as adjustments, I think it's just us, from a day-to-day standpoint in practice, and then really resonating over into the games of, we've done a phenomenal job of playing 20 minutes. Unfortunately, the games are 40. And so we've got to figure out a way to really be able to increase our stamina and then to put a full game together.
Last question for you. The freshman class has clearly made an impact, specifically Anna Miller, Katie Dennebier, even Maggie Phipps, Ashley Imes, Nilges. What kind of impact do you see them having the rest of the season? What gets you the most excited for those five, in the coming seasons?
Well, I think our fans have seen a lot of both Anna Miller and Katie Dennebier, and you're going to see a lot of them moving forward. I think what Maggie Phipps and Ashley Iams and Hannah Nilges have been able to do on a day-to-day basis in practice is really push more than anything our top 9 players. And what I see in the future is a lot of time that our fans are going to really get a chance to get to know and understand their games and their just, I guess, overall just positives to what they're able to add and do in the future. But I also, I look back and I reflect upon, our Valpo weekend and our Loyola game when we were on the road, and you saw those players actually get a lot of time. They got a lot of experience. And, I know in the future, those sorts of games, those sorts of situations for those players are really going to come back and be able to help us for those young players.
I think just having the platform for little girls to look up to us, just when I was little, just looking at all the older girls on the court and just players at Drake, it just meant so much, and I wanted to be exactly like those girls. And just now we're in the position of what I wanted to be someday. So just playing super hard and with just, integrity and having all those pillars of character just to be role models is really important and cool.
Yeah, I agree. Women in Sports Day is an awesome day. It's also a time to reflect on the people who came before us and thank them. It wasn't always easy for females to play sports, years ago. So just incredibly thankful and grateful for all the people who paved the way. And like Grace talked about, it's just a really cool opportunity for us and the platform that we have to go out and play the game of basketball and love each other and love the game and love to compete and just really be great role models for the youth in this community.
Yeah, I think Women in Sports Day, I didn't really understand the impact and weight of it until being here at Drake and celebrating that day. I think it's a great opportunity for kids to come and just play a bunch of different sports and to watch us play. And then like Hannah and Grace touched on, just being able to play the game of basketball and being a woman, I think is something that, we can take for granted sometimes. And I think just being able to really reflect on the weight of being a woman in sports is something really special.
So kind of shifting to the pink game, obviously it's a big game you guys do every year. And you guys are three of very few on the team who have experienced it pre-COVID and during COVID. So what kind of atmosphere does it bring, and how does it motivate you guys out on the court?
I would say it's just it just means so much. We're playing the game just not for ourselves. We're playing it for other people that are impacted, have been impacted, just for each of our family members, friends, people throughout the team, just any fans, anyone that's in contact with Drake women's basketball, just in this community. We're playing for them, and we get to show just being a team and playing for them, united front on the court.
I love the pink game. It's just so awesome to run out and see the whole crowd in pink and blue. It's such an inspiration to play the game and a privilege and an honor to go out and represent so many people who are battling, who have, passed away from such a terrible disease. But it's just so cool to be on the court and just to play for a little something bigger than basketball.
Yeah, the pink game is my favorite game of the year. I love coming early to the gym and just seeing all of the bleachers filled with the pink T-shirts. It just takes my breath away every year. And like Hannah and Grace touched on, I think it's just a way that we're able to fight for those people is just by the game of basketball. And I think it's personal for every one of us who are playing the game that day, and I think we have those people that we play for, and I just think it takes a whole nother level of what the game is played for that day.
Hannah and Maddie, this one specifically for you. What has the season been like for you two, being the oldest on the teams and the most experienced in Drake's program?
I think being one of the more experienced players and oldest on the team has helped me just have a lot of confidence, especially in my teammates, and just leading with Hannah has been a lot of fun this year. And I think, we talk a lot about after games, what we could have done better, and I don't know, just being able to really just show our love for the game and joy for this place and this program and just pour that onto our team, I think has been something that I've reflected on this year as being the oldest.
Yeah. I love Drake women's basketball. I love this team. I love this community. I love Des Moines. And it's just been an honor to play another year, being granted a 5th year. And like Maddie said, the more experience you have, the more knowledge you have, especially with our offense, our defense, and just being able to teach that to the younger girls and get to know the young girls has been so fun. But it's been fun with Maddie just to have one more extra year with her and to see her grow on the court and off the court. It's been a lot of fun. I forgot what the question was. I don't remember.
So through the highs and lows this season, you guys it's shown that you guys really stick together as a team. What makes this year's team so special, like both on and off the court?
I think everyone's just so bought into the process. We've had a roller coaster of a season, but everybody still comes in and shoots extra. We're getting better every single day. We're putting in the extra 1% better each day. And we're just so bought in, and we're continuing to get better so that we're clicking, in March when it really counts.
Yeah, I think this team is special just because, like Hannah said, we continue to get better every day, but I think we just come in regardless of what happened the day before or the outcome of the game the day before, we're just ready to work. And I think that shows just the character of this team and the culture that Drake has built. Just continues to carry on a hardworking team and a team that is hungry for an NCAA appearance in March.
Mm-hmm. I think just what makes this team so special is that everyone is unique in their own way and weird, but we just all, it just really clicks. Everyone gets along. It is a lot of fun, and these two touched on, we are hungry. We're coming in each day to work super hard, and I think that reflects back on their leadership and what they bring to the team.
The last question, Grace, you spent 2 years with Allison as an assistant coach. You guys spent 4 years. Has her coaching style changed at all since moving up to head coach or getting that title at all? Has anything changed really?
I think it was a smooth transition overall. I've said that this whole year. She had been here longer than Jenny had coaching as an assistant, other top assistant. But I think she just brings a lot of fire and energy, and just wants it as bad as we want it and wants to be out there with us. If she could play, she would. So just bringing that extra energy and extra fire to practice really just motivates us each and every day more and more.
Yeah, I think Allison is one of the most competitive people that I know, and I think having her as a leader of our team, I think is just going to be a direct reflection of our team. She makes us want to compete every single day and just continue to get better every day, because that she is doing everything that she can just to lead us the best way possible and coach us the best way possible. So I think if anything's changed, she's become more vocal, as she should be as the head coach now, but I think that competitive edge, I think she still has that.
I love playing for Allison. I love her fireness and her competitiveness. She's, such a personable coach. She's really there for you both on the court and off the court. She would do anything for any one of us at any time. So for what's changed, her spot on the bench, her office has changed, but she's still the same person she was. She just cares so much about Drake and about Des Moines and this community and the university, and I think she just is really going to continue to put this place on the map.